So I'm at 5 Points Park again. It is Saturday, going on noon. I haven't spent a whole lot of time here this week. I have checked in every day, been here for at least a little while, and just kind of felt the area. And I know that my being here, this whole thing I've been doing for the last week of being homeless, or at least I should say domicile free, is tied to whatever revolution that we're going through. And I feel that there's a purpose behind it, as I feel that there's a purpose for everything I've been doing for the last 10 years. Even my mistakes, even the times I've faltered, have given me the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to rise again. And I'm not exactly sure how this is going to turn out, how I can be a leader through this endeavor, except for just finding the life that I want and creating that day by day. I'm not necessarily coming out here to be a thorn in anyone's side. I would rather open up lines of communication to come to win-win situations for everyone involved than I would to just come out here and stick it to the man and have them build up their fortresses even more, building walls that none of us can ever take down because their pride is so injured. So what I'm trying to do is just be what I can and do the best that I can in all things. So sometimes that's just sitting in the park, sometimes that's playing guitar, sometimes that's going to the beach and floating in the water. But when I began the Rucksack Letters journey, my friend Jay Burleson gave me a book by a poet by the name of James Kavanaugh. And he had written a book called A Modern Priest Looks at His Outdated Church, which summarily got him ostracized from the Catholic Church, but he had some great points. And in the introduction to this book, There Are Men Too Gentle to Live Among Wolves, he talks about the wanderers and those who are always in every society, the ones who seek out new ways to do things, those who realize that anything that we create is temporary. Any culture, society, civilization, business, plan, product, it's all temporary. Everything on this world is in a constant state of change, a constant state of revolution. And it is the wanderers, the dreamers, Kermit the Frogs, who are the ones who make the difference and see what all this is really about and where it's heading. And my hope is that I am one of those people, that I can help other people to see that. But I also realize that if I am to be any kind of leader in this revolution, I also need to be a follower. And so I am very thankful for the teachers that I've had, like Jay Burleson and like James Kavanaugh. And Ryan Nance recently started doing videos with people performing some of their favorite poems. And maybe someday he will allow me to be in his camera. In the meantime, I have this one. And I just wanted to share this poem with you because I think it's timely. There are men too gentle to live among wolves, who prey upon them with IBM eyes, and sell their hearts and guts for martinis at noon. There are men too gentle for a savage world, who dream instead of snow and children and Halloween, and wonder if the leaves will change their color soon. There are men too gentle to live among wolves, who anoint them for burial with greedy claws, and murder them for a merchant's profit and gain. There are men too gentle for a corporate world, who dream instead of candied apples and Ferris wheels, and pause to hear the distant whistle of a train. There are men too gentle to live among wolves, who devour them with eager appetite and search for other men to prey upon and suck their childhood dry. There are men too gentle for an accountant's world, who dream instead of Easter eggs and fragrant grass, and search for beauty in the mystery of the sky. There are men too gentle to live among wolves, who toss them like a lost and wounded dove. Such gentle men are lonely in the merchant's world, unless they have a gentle one to love. I didn't know at the time when he first gave me that book how much it would align with what I'm doing now, realizing how poorly I fit into the capitalist dog-eat-dog society where one person must be overcome and destroyed for another person to thrive. I understand that view of the world. I understand that in many ways we've learned that from nature. I understand that we've learned that from a very limited aspect of nature, because it's still a predator-prey kind of mentality, and there's is so much more to life than that simple transaction. More than just the consumption that we've become so accustomed to. And unfortunately, that is what our economic system is based on, is the constant consumption. And I believe that, and I hope, that my being gentle and connecting with other people who are gentle and who don't want to just consume and beat other people and be winners all the time at other people's expense, but want to create a society where we can all live in harmony, who have the vision for at least striving toward a utopia, instead of saying, no, ultimate goodness can't happen, so let's just settle for this. I'm not good with settling. I believe there's always a better way. If you're a wanderer, if you're a dreamer, if you're part of the movement that's going about and is called by many different names, the Wayseers Manifesto, the modern hippie movement, there's all kinds of ways. In the 60s it had all kinds of names. And I'll talk more about that later, but right now I just kind of want to share my own heart's intent and what I'm trying to do and what I'm hoping for, and why I'm sitting here now, and why I've had an extraordinary week of being domicile free. I have stayed with friends. I only spent 2 nights sleeping on the ground, and they were both wonderful. And I will spend those times again this week. But I hope that my doing this will turn into more than just my living a stress-free, blissful life in which I get to spend time with great people and play music and eat good food and do all the things I ever dreamed of. I hope that it will enable other people to realize that we can all have that. We all can. We live in a completely abundant universe, an abundant world, and most people, if you paid attention to The Secret and whatnot, you notice that. But unfortunately, we've all tried to stuff all that abundance to be used through just money. Very limited, very finite, very man-made resource. And there's much, much more to the world than just that. So I hope that we'll wake up to that. And I think we are, one by one. And I'm doing my part. So I hope that you're gentle. I hope that you understand that there are better ways to live than being ravenous. And we'll get there eventually. Thanks.